So, been seeing a lot of stuff circulating around Spurs and this apparently controversy with to do with putting up a post on LinkedIn in getting a first team psychologist, and for for what I can't understand is the absolute attention, I suppose, that it's been getting. Now it comes as the BBC Sport here are saying the Spurs have posted a job advert on LinkedIn for a lead psychologist for the first men's team. It's no secret that Spurs' mentality has been a huge struggle as of late for probably the better part of 3 or 4 years, I would nearly say. So in one sense, it's great that that club are being proactive and now wanting to seek to get in a lead psychologist for that, maybe help this squad going forward. Obviously, the criteria, for anyone who's not familiar with LinkedIn, then it's very much more like a businessy kind of platform in order to network that different organizations, and in this instance different footballing clubs. And I think that's a key thing we need to remember. It's not just Spurs using this, it's different footballing clubs as well. I've seen plenty of jobs that go in with the likes of Man United, Newcastle, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal. All of them use LinkedIn. They all have a LinkedIn account. If you don't believe me, go check it yourselves. They all do this. All the big clubs, even in across Europe, all footballing clubs, they do put on recruitment jobs on LinkedIn. So I think the fact that now the media are blowing this all up, thinking, oh my gosh, like Spurs are advertising a job on LinkedIn. Yeah, they are. So are others. There's loads of other ones. There's plenty more jobs that are there on Spurs' LinkedIn page, anyways, as well. Even in terms of getting up other roles, like if you look at their LinkedIn page, one of them that they're currently looking for is a head of athletic development. That's not being spoken about. Another one seems to be a data analyst. That's not being spoken about. Marketing communications. So there's all these different jobs that are being, I suppose, advertised. Yes, the one that's being really shoehorned and being pigeonholed is is this lead psychologist role. And this probably comes from De Zerbi's want to change the mentality within Spurs, and that's a brilliant thing, an absolute brilliant thing, and brilliant, I suppose, thing that we already would have at a club like Spurs. I would imagine we would already have psychologists. We would already have people in positions to help get the team out of ruts if they are in one. And maybe what's one worrying thing maybe is that this has been made up now, that maybe we actually didn't, maybe we don't actually have someone in this position to help deal with the players in terms of their mentality towards being in a relegation fight and battle, and how that is affecting them. But yeah, I think I've seen a lot of Spurs creators, calling out and saying that they would prefer Spurs to not be doing this, and that they'd love to try and, you know, get people from other clubs and try and, make them offers they can't refuse and whatnot. But I think that, yeah, that's all well and good. But those people who are in those other big jobs, they're not going to want to leave to come work in Spurs to try and get them out um, of the real mess that we are in currently now. But yeah, look, do I think it's a good thing that they're advertising it? Yeah, absolutely. You never know who you might get as leading candidates. What I don't agree with, I suppose, is some of the fans outlash saying that this isn't a good thing that the club are doing, or that, we've stooped so low now that that no one can work for us, and we have to look on LinkedIn. There's plenty of other jobs on LinkedIn that loads of other clubs advertise for. There's plenty of other websites that clubs advertise for as well. If we all look, then I'm sure we'll find plenty of them. All you'd have to do is nearly football jobs, Premier League, and a plethora of websites and other probably websites will come up. All to do with this. So yeah, look, it's a great thing that De Zerbi wants to get in someone to speak about it, to change the mentality of the club, and in order to try and galvanise the squad going forward for the next massive next 4 or 5 games for Spurs in order to try and salvage something from the season and help us stay in the Premier League. And if we do get a psychologist to come in that does that and it works, then I would say this way of recruitment and getting the right person in, job well done, Spurs. But that will remain to be seen. Only time will tell.